Did someone say okay news when it comes to ICP? Well, yeah, I said that. And I think there's actually some okay news. And let me explain what I'm talking about. Because not too long ago, Dfinity, they made a post on X, and it said that introducing privacy mode in the NNS decentralized application. Now, basically through this, right, it allows to hide wallet balances on screen with one simple toggle. Now, why do I think it's okay news? It's because I don't think it's anything groundbreaking, but I still think it's cool nonetheless that they even care about these small details and kind of continuing to kind of at least update to the community, whereas other projects out there, they just seem to like not even care. So I like this. Now, let me explain very briefly what is NNS, because NNS, what that stands for is Network Nervous System. And if we take a look at it, it is a 100% on-chain permissionless system that continuously upgrades the internet computer on the voting of ICP token holders. So again, I'm talking about the NNS DApp here, again, decentralized application. And again, I just think it's pretty cool overall. I think it's okay though in the grand scheme of things. Now, some people may be thinking, oh man, when it comes to the internet computer, they're not necessarily doing too much and all this type of stuff, but I think there's still a lot of hype regarding what Caffeine AI could maybe bring to it moving forward. Now, I still need to wait and see when it comes to that, but again, Caffeine AI allegedly the world's first ever self-writing apps platform. I think that's really cool. I mean, people usually think about AI for, these type of like search engines, or like they think about, let's say, image generation or whatever the case may be, but when it comes to a self-writing apps platform, I think that is pretty cool. Again, I would only assume that if I do believe in this space, which I do, and if I believe in the blockchain space overall, again, wouldn't it be fair for me to assume that maybe there's going to be more applications that are going to pop up? There's going to be more, developers that enter this space that do want to make applications. So maybe could they require the assistance, in theory, hypothetically, of Caffeine AI? Who knows? But I still think it's pretty interesting nonetheless, and I think it's a cool concept. We'll have to wait and see though, but I am still a fan of the internet computer and what it could maybe be moving forward. Now, I don't think the internet computer is something random and kind of useless, because some people seem to tell me that, but then I disagree, because if we take a look at the internet computer, it's focused on decentralized AI, which I do like, because of course, when it comes to AI, the market is predicted to reach nearly $2 trillion by 2030, according to Grandview Research. So again, sure, some of these AI projects, they are not doing the best as of right now, but I still like what it could maybe be moving forward. And also, the internet computer allegedly can connect Web 2 and Web 3 without oracles, which I think is a total game changer. Some other projects out there, they're pretty much completely focused on oracles, but then, the internet computer allegedly is like, hey, you know what? We can just bypass that whole process. Now, what is this process? Usually, if we take a look at decentralized applications, they need something called off-chain data. They need it usually to function properly. Now, what an oracle does is that if we take a look at an oracle, again, it's basically a data feed that brings data from off the chain, aka off-chain data, and then brings that over into the blockchain. And again, like I mentioned before, this off-chain data helps many decentralized applications out there function properly. Many projects out there, pretty much like Chainlink, like Pyth, they're pretty much centered around that, right? Around oracles, the aspect of it. But the internet computer is like, you know what, maybe we don't even need that. We can just bypass that, allegedly. Because, again, it can connect Web 2 and Web 3 without oracles. Now, I don't think it's going to be, kind of making Chainlink and Pyth kind of just obsolete. Nah, I don't think so. I mean, they're still going to have the use case and the fans. But I just like the internet computer and kind of the forward-thinking mindset that I think is kind of showcased through stuff like that, right? And let's say it were to maybe go to the price of $100, even though nothing I say is financial advice, that is around a 20x from here, and market cap, considering current circulating supply, would be around $53.5 billion. I mean, let's just think about this. Years ago, back in 2021, Dogecoin pretty much exceeded this market cap by $30 billion. And again, that was years ago. Back in the peak of the 2021 bull run, around 300 million crypto owners. Now, allegedly, we have over 600 million. I mean, that's like way more. That's practically double. Not to mention, we take a look at, again, $100 around a 20x from here. Some people seem to think, oh, take a look at this microcap and all this, but here's the thing. What is Bitcoin going to do in the next 6 to 10 months? Some people may argue 300 grand. Now, let's say 300 grand, that's slightly less than a 3x from here. I mean, like, come on, if someone said ICP or Bitcoin, I mean, why wouldn't I choose ICP? That is just the way to take a look at it. For me, if I got into Bitcoin years ago, quite a while back ago, generally speaking, fine, but as of right now, that's not what I want to do. However, again, that is just my perspective and it's just my mindset. But all I can do right now is stay patient, hold, and I just wait because generally speaking, even though there's updates and news coming out when it comes to, kind of internet computer and stuff like that about caffeine AI and also like what I mentioned earlier on in the video regarding the NNS DApp, despite all that, I mean, there's no way for me to know the exact moment in time in which ICP could maybe wake up, just like in the previous times when I was believing in ICP and had that pretty good run. And now, of course, there's a big pullback ever since then. But I'm saying at that moment, I didn't know the exact moment in time ICP was going to do that. But what did I do? I was preparing myself by holding, waiting, and that's pretty much it because whenever the markets do decide to wake up, that is beyond my control, but I can only control myself, and I'm going to be acquiring, holding, and just waiting. That's pretty much it. Nothing I say is financial advice, but I still am very excited for the internet computer, and I'm a fan of it. And feel free to subscribe if you enjoyed this video. I'd greatly appreciate it. It's been Lee the Captain. I'll catch you all in the next one. I'm out. Peace. Bye.